Shivoham, aloha, welcome and a very, very good evening to my Instagram fam and all the people who love to know more about spirituality, mindfulness and the world of mysticism. My name is Shaina Kochar. I am live from my official handle from Instagram, and the handle's name is Shaina's Mystic World. As the name suggests, every week on Wednesday and Saturday, I come live to share something about the world of spirituality, mysticism, and self growth. Hello and welcome all of you. So, today again, I am here in front of all of you to share a lot of great things together. But yes, as promised, I am not going to do that alone. I am going to bring on amazing people to my platform to share their wisdom with you. I call them my wisdom keepers. So, every Wednesday and Saturday, as the name suggests, live at 5, I get people to share their nuggets of wisdom. And today, I'm super duper excited. This is no more a secret because I've already shared it on all my portals, on my platforms. And without any further delay, I'm bringing on the stage my favorite author, a person that I look up to. The first time I heard him, I was like astonished and thrilled. And it was an angelic download that I should bring him on this platform. I just requested him and he agreed to it. So I am super duper thrilled, excited and happy to get on board Mr. Mayur. Let him join in. Okay. Hello, namaskar sir, Shivoham.
Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev sir.
So happy to see you, and through this interaction, a big hello to all the viewers and all the people who are going to participate in this. Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev. Thank you so much, first of all, sir, because for me, more than a podcaster or a person who love to interact, for me, it's more like a fan moment. Because the first time I heard you and I saw you on a very powerful platform and a podcast, and I was super duper thrilled because of the kind of knowledge and wisdom you had. I dropped in a message on Instagram that I just loved whatever you shared, and then that conversation, kind of became a road opener to this conversation. Thank you so much again for agreeing to be my guest.
So, Shaina, I have to tell you that I'm a big fan. I'm not a big fan. I'm a big admirer of people who make their effort to invite people. You use the word wisdom keepers, and I'm not sure if I'm a wisdom keeper, but definitely I have tried to share the wisdom about the Aghori sect of sadhus.
Yeah.
And in that sense, maybe wisdom keeper is what I am. But I'm very excited because through this interaction, I think a lot of people will also get an opportunity to, get some more knowledge about spirituality and about certain things, which I myself am also still in the process of understanding. If you don't mind, Shaina, I have a request for you to allow me to recite a Shiva stotra, just a shloka
I was open for that and I was about to ask that. Let's start with something divine and powerful.
Yes. So first and foremost, I say this from my heart is that today you feeling the need to have me over to share my thoughts, my wisdom or whatever that you say. I put all that at the feet of my Guru Swami Sadhyo Jata Shankarashram because of who I am, and with whom I went to the Kailash Mansarovar. And with their inspiration, I would like to chant a shloka or a stotra which is very close to my heart. Om Vishveshwaraya Vishakantha Vibhushanaya Karanamrutaya Shashishekhara Dharanaya Karpura Kanti Dhavalaya Jatadharaya Daridrya Dukkha Dahanaya Namah Shivaya Daridrya Dukkha Dahanaya Namah Shivaya. Daridrya Dukkha Dahanaya Namah Shivaya. Om. So in a way,
Thank you so much.
it's a prayer to Lord Shiva to help us destroy and decimate all the sorrows of life, all the negative distractions of life. So Daridrya is poverty, Dukkha is sorrow. And this is not money poverty, the poverty in terms of the absence of positive thoughts. So negativity could hata do and bring in positivity. So I just thought I'll recite that.
So mindful, and thank you so much for bringing in that beautiful vibration. And I was actually, when you were reciting it, I was feeling as if I am just standing near Himalayas and just watching the peaks where the Shiva himself resides.
And I hope that will become a reality, because that's exactly what happened to me when I went to Kailash Mansarovar in 2001, standing there at the feet of Kailash, not literally as close, but not too far, and reciting such kind of stotrams. Believe you me, it transforms the brain functioning.
Superb. I would love to say I'm a firm believer of law of attraction. I've attracted a lot of good things, good people in my life, interactions, opportunities like that. So let's put that intention that everybody who has that in them get to witness those kind of miracles. And before starting into or jumping into the conversation or the questions, because I have plenty of them, I would love all my fellow beings who are here to share this live to your people, to your friends, so that they don't miss a chance to interact with the man himself. And you can also give us your questions, and I will keep on taking your questions with the flow. So the first question, I'm super duper ready, about the book Aghori. And before jumping on to this book, I would love to tell you, when I got to know about this book, I jumped on to buy it, because since my teenage, I had some kind of love maybe or inquisitiveness for Aghoris. And I will tell you a very funny story that when I was young, we saw a one-act play in some college youth festival done by some college students by the name of Aghor. I'm talking about 2002 or 3. I was so impressed with that play that I fell in love with the lead character who played the role of Aghori, and finally I ended up marrying him, and he's my husband. So our love story started because of the this whole concept. So coming back to the book, you tell me your interest, your love, and your inquisitiveness about Aghoris, and why did you choose this as a matter for your book?
Okay, so let me start by saying that I think more than me choosing to write about Aghori sadhus, I believe I was chosen. I wouldn't say I was the chosen one or something like that, but I think I was chosen to be a channel towards making people understand who the real Aghori sadhus are. Taking you back into the first part of your question about how did I feel an interest about Aghori sadhus, like how you were interested. Well, let me say to you, Shaina, and to all of the people, that everybody has interest in many things. One of my interests, apart from fishing at my village, was also getting attracted. I used to get very attracted to sadhus. It doesn't mean that I would, as a kid, it wouldn't mean that I would sort of take a backpack and go to the Himalayas. I was too young for that. But I would always be attracted to how they would lead their life. And it is when I was around, the time was probably when I was around 9 years old. And my father happened to take me on a Saturday to the Hanuman Mandir, which is right across the street in Mahim. This is Mughal Lane in Mumbai. Of course, the temple then got reinstated somewhere else because they had to do road winding. But this was when I was a kid. And I remember seeing an Aghori. I mean, at that point of time, I didn't know he's an Aghori sadhu, but there was a sadhu sitting there with ash over his body, just wearing a langot and under the brief. And I was rather than getting scared, I was more tempted to go and see him. I wouldn't say I was going to talk to him. I mean, an 8 to 9 year old boy, what will we, kya baat karega? He won't speak much. But I was drawn. And when I look back, even I wonder, why would I be drawn to something where other people were taking a step back? I think that connection with the Aghori sadhus is something I was born with. I believe in past life, and I believe that it is one of those reasons why I started writing the book on Aghori sadhus. Of course, there's a lot more that I will share, but I think fundamentally, Shaina, the urge to really connect with Aghori sadhus, in fact, sadhus as such, like I still crave, and I desire to see myself in the cave of Himalayan mountains and sit there for some time to meditate. In my past lives, I have, but in this life, when I went to Kailash, yes. But that craving is there. That craving, as in the desire, is there. And I think that is fundamentally the reason why I wanted to know more about them. And there came a point where I felt it has to be brought out to the world. And what better way than to write it in the form of a thriller, an adventure thriller. So if you read the book, if I write it in a very textual way, people will start snoring as they read the book. And I wanted it to be in a way where I bring out the aspects of the Aghori sadhu, but in a way where people will get excited to read more. So that's in a way how it all happened.
Because when I read your book, and believe you me, I was going back to autobiography of a yogi when I was reading your book. And that's so true. You know, there in that book, when there was incidences of people doing some kind of a I would say chamatkar or something like that, because I always say the magic that you don't know the logic behind, you call it magic. Once you get to know the logic, it becomes, new normal. So those kind of things in autobiography of a yogi, after that, trust me, itna powerful. I haven't read any book. I've been a avid reader. So many books out there. Keep on reading. ये तो बहुत थोड़ी है, बाकी की कभी कहीं मेज पे, कहीं बेड पे, कहीं पड़ी रहती हैं. So I keep on reading that, and trust me, I was intrigued. I was like, as in I was watching a movie. So this was very, very captivating, and bore to bilkul hi nahi kara. So I would rather take a moment to tell all my Insta fam, your people, and everybody who's gonna see this in recording, if you haven't got this book, high time. Please, if you are a person who loves mysticism, spirituality, something bigger than what you comprehend, you must do that. And Pooji Watts is one of our audience members saying, sir, yesterday again I was reading your book, and every time it gives us a different meaning. That's so beautiful. Yeah.
Can I add one thing?
Can I
add one thing? You said whoever is interested in mysticism, in stuff that is spiritual, and yes, but there's one more thing I can add, Shaina, for all the people. See, today reading has become a bit of a problem. Like, people now read on mobile phones. They watch a lot, right? YouTube, and that's absolutely fine. And that's why I'm saying to you, and through this to all of you, that if you just hold that book, can you just hold that book once again, Shaina? Okay, just turn it a bit, show the side of it. Yes, you can see how thin the book is, right?
Yes.
And therefore, this is a book also for the non-readers.
Yeah.
Because everybody is not into reading. I myself am not a big reader. But if I get a book that is thin enough, but deep enough, I'd rather go for that than that book which is fat and probably gets me to sleep faster.
Exactly.
With due respect to all the fat books. So this book, I've had people telling me they finished the book in a day.
Yes.
There are people who are positively upset with me that, why have you written such a small one?
Yes, that was my point as well. I was like, हाँ, खत्म हो गया, अभी और चाहिए. That was a thing which came to me.
But I think for me, as an author, I feel really happy. If somebody's saying, I would have wanted more, that means that I've done something, or the Aghoris have given what they do through the book to the reader, that the reader wants to know more. And part 2 is on its way. So I'm working on it. Or they're working on it.
We are super excited for that as well. And let's put another intention to the universe. I would love your book to turn into a movie. Trust me, when I was reading it, I was actually, because I come from a media background, and my imagination, like my visualization, is super fast, and I was seeing it as a movie, and I would love this to turn into a movie. That's a fan moment. Let's hope for that as well.
I'm just waiting for something to be officially done. Once that's done, I can then say that yes.
Awesome.
But at the moment, there is, okay, let me say this. There is one entity, a human being, who is a youngster. He's 19, 20 years old. वो पागल हो गया. He's gone mad after reading the book, and not clinically. I'm saying in a very positive way.
Yeah.
He had a call with his cousins sitting around, and a call with some cousins in Canada, where he narrated the book. And when I met him, because he's a producer and he's collaborating with somebody else, but at the moment I'm not going to reveal too much because till I sign on the dotted line. But I can tell you that person is extremely interested because he wants the story of the Aghoris to reach. And he said the way it's been written, it's something that people should watch.
Yes.
So with the blessings of my guru and the best wishes of all of you, and this will take a bit of time, but fair enough, you know. And the person himself is so mature. So I'm very happy that something is going to happen.
Sujata, audience member, she's also saying that this should turn into a movie. So many fan moments here. And another thing that you very beautifully said, that wo pagal ho gaya. So I basically based in Punjab. So there's my father used to say this. पागल को उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा एक elaborate किया. पंजाबी में गल का मतलब होता है बात और पा का मतलब पाना. तो he says जेड़ा गल नू पा गया वही पागल है. So actually he got the thing and that is why he turned.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think please tell your dad. I think creativity is very important in life, and you know the way you can create a different understanding of the same word is very interesting. Yeah. So I can only say that something will happen. I'm just waiting for the official aspects to happen so that then I can say. But more importantly, conceptually, you know, if you remember, there's a movie called The Life of Pi.
Yeah.
There was a movie.
Yes, one of my most favorite movie. Yeah.
And it's quite similar, but not the same. Where this protagonist called Subraya here, Life of Pi, there's that person who finds himself in the middle of the ocean with all the surface animals. And how he lives and goes through that adventure. And here it's different, but very similar. So I'm quite excited that something will happen.
Okay, so now because I have a lot of questions, so a lot of mind-boggling happening here. One thing that I really want to ask is that as we named this session, tapping into your higher wisdom or higher realms. So Aghoris, of course, they've reached to a height. They have done, they have renunciated their lives and their things, materialism and everything. As a modern person living in your routine life, living in this materialistic world, how can a normal person, a lay person, or just a little awakened being can turn into or tune into the higher realms or the higher wisdom? Can you please throw light on that?
Sure, I'll try my best. I first and foremost say that we are all who are spiritually inclined hote hain, slightly, quite a bit, a lot, all in different degrees. We all are awakened in some way to find answers. And one of the ways to tap into the wisdom is connecting with entities who have through their sadhana, through their practice, meditation practice, whether it's yoga practice, it's other different techniques. But when you see that they have been genuinely doing something for a number of years, connecting with these entities matters a lot, because that's exactly what happened to me. For example, you said, how can we tap into the wisdom of the others and also help us to become wiser spiritually? Is getting influenced by them. Now, I have my guru, Swami Satyojata Shankarashram. So for me, it's easy. The more time I would spend listening to the pravachans and the ashirvachans of Swamiji as I address my guru, I used to sit and make notes. Because ek baar aise ho gaya that I was, and this is about how we can be wiser, right? And extract wisdom from the others. Is when I would listen and make notes, some of them the pointers I couldn't understand. And when I would get opportunities, I would ask questions to my guru. And the answers would make me wiser. So that is my story. Tomorrow you may come across a yoga instructor, but you see that person does a lot of practice. You may come across a person who's read a lot of books. You may come across
True.
an uncle of yours who you know has been practicing a particular meditation every day for the last 20 years, but may not be
Hmm.
known to the world. But that
True.
entity is known to you. So conversations with the consciousness of those people who have done something which is meditational.
Hmm.
When I say consciousness, the people who have get very positive consciousness about them.
Hmm.
And when you talk to them, believe you me, Shaina, even if there's one pearl of wisdom, like maybe one or two sentences that they speak, and it touches your soul, and you feel you've learned something.
Hmm.
That is how I would look at it, as getting influenced by other wise people, tapping into their wisdom.
Their wisdom.
And there are so many lovely, wise people who may not be known to the world,
Yes.
but maybe you know them. I have met
Hmm.
a person. Remember, a long time back, I was traveling from Dadar in Mumbai to Mangalore. Okay, to a
Hmm.
mutt. Actually, my guru was there,
Hmm.
and it was a long journey, and I came across this entity who was probably in his early 70s,
Hmm.
and the way he was explaining to me from his perspective,
True.
what is God?
Hmm.
Why you need to do puja in a temple? Because he understood I'm going to a particular place of like a temple. So he was,
Hmm.
and I was much younger. But that for me was an opportunity to tap into his wisdom.
Hmm.
This is, I think, a very simple and yet a very effective way
Exactly.
to get more
Hmm.
knowledge with respect to spiritual wisdom, especially.
Yeah. So there are again so many fan moments here. Please come to Ireland. We tapped into your wisdom through a podcast and stuff like that. And Balpreet is saying you are truly blessed to have a guru. Balpreet, I think, sir, very beautifully connected the dots that your guru, because these days, there are without any, hard feelings. There are so many fancy gurus. Yeah. So whosoever you see as a guru, and very beautifully, sir said entity and not the person or the persona, but the entity, the soul to soul connection should be so strong that it should ring a bell that yes, this is the person. Am I right on that, sir?
Yes, and one more thing I want to add. I've had a lot of people, who really respect me a lot. I wouldn't call them my fans. I wouldn't call them my AC also. But they really respect me, and I love to call these people who respect me more than fans.
Exactly. Yeah.
And many of them have asked me, Mayur sir, I also want to have a guru.
Hmm.
Please tell me how to get a guru.
Yeah.
So I jokingly say, I wish it was some commodity that I just say go there and get it. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all I say is, if you really feel that I want a guru, then pray. Don't keep telling
Hmm.
others. Don't publicize it. Do your meditation and intensely pray, because prayers are extremely powerful
True.
and they awaken, they send vibrations.
Yes.
And something could happen. It may take days, weeks, months, years, lifetimes as well, but it will happen. I
True.
feel a connect with my
Hmm.
guru, not because of
Hmm.
only this life.
Hmm.
I was 20, I was 24, I was 24 of my age. That's 26 years back. So imagine 24. And I saw my father showing the picture of my guru. At that time, my Swamiji was not yet ordained. But my father
Yeah.
was telling my mother that this entity is going to be our guru. I just saw the picture. The
Hmm.
moment I saw it was like a small little picture. The moment I
Hmm.
saw the picture, it was for the first time I saw my guru's picture, and I fell in love. It was like it got
Hmm.
awakened. It was like, oh my God, you're back. And
Yes.
we are
Yes.
meeting once again. And that's the connection which can't be explained. And maybe because of my past life connection, I was blessed with my guru. But for all the others, if you really want to have a guru in your life, pray from your heart. Visualize that
True.
some entity without the form, and that will
Yeah.
happen.
This very similar thing happened to me. I went to a place in Himachal. There's a place called Gagret, and there's a very small temple called Shiv Badi, and there they have Agori sadhus, and it's like a very small lane of dense jungle, and on the highway you have to go to a side, and went there, and I saw the Agori sadhu for the first time because they hardly show up there. So I saw him, and I was not scared. I was feeling very me there. But one complaint I had in my mind was why I am not a male, why I am a female. Because there are certain things where masculinity is like going on a little higher side. Renunciation is easy. Being a spiritualist and being a female, I can know that pain as well. At that time, I was very much tense that why I am not able to spend a night with hair, all those stuff. And when I came back, I sat in my meditation, and that very moment, the love for Shiva awakened, and it said it's Shiva and Shakti. So I should not degrade myself for being a Shakti. I maybe in past life I was a masculine. This time I needed to touch to those feminine sides. Maybe that's so. So my question here is about divine masculine and divine feminine. How to intricate the both? How you need to understand the difference and the oneness of the both?
I think I like to see an entity like you or me as a confluence of both the features. Okay. There is the Shiva within me, there's a Shakti also within me, but the proportions could be different. You have more of Shakti within you as the feminine aspects within you. I have more of the Shiva within me, the masculine aspects within me. The first thing I would do is I would accept it rather than saying, why, I wish I was like a male, then I would have been able to do something. Not necessarily. There are some things which I would love, which I can't do, which a woman can do. So it complements one another. The moment we accept that, it becomes easy for us. Then we don't necessarily say, oh my God, I should have been a man, or somebody says I should have been a woman. It doesn't work that way. But the fact of the matter is, you have masculinity as well. I have femininity as well. The proportions are different. All right.
Yeah.
Of course. And I think, see, when you meditate, when you sit, you close your eyes and you chant maybe a mantra, how does your masculinity and femininity make a difference?
Yes, exactly.
Both of you. It's Shiva Shakti inside. So what is more important, I feel, is apart from accepting the fact that I'm fine with who I am, is practicing the techniques of meditation.
Exactly.
Because the soul inside doesn't have any form as such. The soul inside has taken birth in the human body for certain reason, right? But when you meditate, the soul gets nourished. The soul becomes more wiser. The soul starts evolving more and more, and it affects the mind. Is how I look at it. Okay, see, I may be wrong or right, I don't know, but as I'm just an author and a practitioner of my spiritual mantra japa that I do. But I've thought about this question as well, and my answer is what I said to you: that chill, feel who you are, meditate, and when you have your devata that you meditate on, it could be Durga, it could be Kali, Mata, it could be Shiva, it could be Ganapati. But once you connect and when you start meditating, your masculinity and femininity doesn't matter so much.
True. That is so true. And that point, calmed me down after the meditation that, I need to be closer to Shiva in whatever way, and the amalgamation will happen, and that is so true. Next question, which is very similar to your life path as well, because a lot of people might know it, or some are unaware, because you are an artist as well, and you play with art. And my rendezvous with that's amazing, with art started when I was in my teens.
I'm just excited.
Awesome.
You
needed to do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that mindfulness and that depth is oh my God, this is like Shiva standing in those snow peaks. This is amazing.
These are all spiritual entities who are, for me, when I do this, I'm in a story myself. To be honest, this is Aghoris, and the story continues. They're sadhakas, they're in the mountains, they're having some fun. They just finished a meditation process from 3 in the morning to 11 in the morning, and now they're just having fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So this is, for example, so I love to create this because I feel I'm that. Sometimes it's a bit alienish as well, because I believe that
the vibe is so amazing, sir. I can see that as an art lover. My question was also coming to that only. as I'm again and again, I feel I'm blessed to have people in my life who were very awakened. Now, it's not about having the tag of spirituality or you are a spiritual practitioner or not, but there were three people, especially three male artists. I was a diehard fan in my teens. One was Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, the teenage crush. Other was Mr. Naseeruddin Shah, because I used to do drama, and in that level he was one of my favorite. Third was Mr. Jagjeet Singh, because I was a singer and a diehard fan. And I met three of them in a small city of Punjab. They came here, and I met them all three. I had a privilege to interview Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, Mr. Naseeruddin Shah, and Mr. Jagjeet Singh. One thing which, when I connect back the dots, and it comes to you as well, most of the males, the masculine energy, I was very impressed with, or influenced with, or I would say attracted to, but impressed with. They all were artists in some way. Same coming to you. So how much art plays a role in awakening you, or creating that buzz, or creating that what do you call, the mystical realm? I see a lot of artists having that
Yeah.
awakening. So that's the question. So it really came towards you as well. When I got to know you are an artist as well, it was like, oh my God, another one. And I manifested all of you to do the interviews.
Well, firstly, sorry, I was very excited to keep showing all this stuff, because you know what? Frankly, this is not for like an exhibition. This is for me to express my imagination.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the reason I showed this to you is because all the people who are watching this, I want to say, give it a try. They say the best way to be creative is to start doing something creative. Because creativity is not a subject to be learned. Creativity is already within us. We are ourselves a result of creation. Okay. Now, about your specific question about the artistic part.
Yes. Yes.
I think the first sentence that comes to my mind, Shaina, is the stretching of imagination. The more you stretch your imagination, another word that I want to add on into that is visualization. So when you and imagination getting stretched, visualization happening, it happens on one very important foundation. You know what that is? Meditation. So when I would do my mantra japa, I got initiated into mantra japa by my guru when I was 24. Okay, the same year that I got to meet Swamiji for the first time. When I did my, the more I do my japa, it helps in the mind opening up. When I say opening up, not literally, I'm talking about imagination. And then you want to express your imagination. You want to express your vivid, vibrant, vivacious, amazing visualizations that you get through meditation somewhere. So then that's where you feel the solid desire to do some art. Now, this is my story. Now, I can't speak for the other people that you mentioned. They may have their own ways. Like theater could be their way of, expressing their art or whatever.
Yes.
For me, meditation made me visualize so much. And visualization, by the way, is one of the most powerful ways of even awakening the Kundalini. That's another subject. But they say you should visualize. The stronger your visualization, it can have an impact. And I had to, therefore, put it in the form of art, my visualization. So when I, for example, if I show you something like this, okay, I don't know if you can see like this.
Yes.
Now this is very abstract, okay, but it's my visualization. There's a story in this.
Yes.
It's Udbhava, it's coming out, and there's this space, there's something here. So my point is, when you don't have to be an artist. You just have to have visuals. You have to have imaginations. You will automatically want to express it.
Yeah.
And believe me, once you're inspired, Shaina, techniques will happen on its own. This all that I do, you know what I use?
Yes.
These fingers. Yeah. What else I use? This pen. And if I want to spread it, I use a bit of water. That's all. So what I'm trying to tell you, Shaina, is it is easy to apply your imaginations in art. All you need is a lot of motivation and a lot of visualization.
True. Just before this session, I had a client with me whose 7 years old son was, having some anger issues, and she came to me, and that day I talked to that lady and I gave some crayons and paper to that child and asked him to just scribble on the paper.
Yeah.
And when he scribbled on the paper, just by seeing the colors he used and the movements and the scribbling style, I told him that this chakra is blocked, this chakra is blocked, and she was like very much uh, ready to accept that this is the thing. How beautifully our mind expresses through techniques of art. That is so beautiful. And I think,
Sometimes,
yes.
sometimes words become a barrier, and
Yes.
what comes out more is
Hmm.
through the actions of art,
Yeah,
is what I've seen.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so coming back to the book, because I saw some questions as well, but I was getting so
Sure.
greedy of asking my questions, so missed on few of them. One question that is repeatedly asked to you, yesterday also somebody put that in the under the poster, was how much is this story true? So was it actual thing like the inner chamber of the Kedarnath or the stuff like that, or it is just your way of expressing thing, or the download, or the cosmic intelligence, or something like that? Just put some light on that.
Sure. Sure. So the easiest answer to the question is read my preface. In that I say that I leave it to the reader whether the reader wants to call it fact or fiction.
Hmm.
But since you put this to me, and I've had this question asked before, everything is real, but a lot of it is not in this life.
Hmm. That's a valid point.
There are. Let me say this to you as well. Let me highlight what you've read in the book
Hmm.
is nothing compared to even what still exists. Believe you me.
Yes.
Okay,
True.
there are a lot of energies that we may not be able to see through our eyes.
Hmm.
There could be energies which are those of extremely highly advanced sadhus who are able to change their structure, their body structure. Now, to somebody who doesn't understand this, that person may call me like he's cuckoo, he's gone. Though it doesn't matter to me, because I write what I believe in, I write what I visualize, what comes to me. But it is true. Now, if you say, was it actually the Kedarnath temple? No, there are many temples in and around the Himalayas. And there could be other temples which are also there as Kedarnath temples. It's not the Kedarnath temple.
Yes.
So it's not like somebody's going to go inside and check for the cave there. There could be other temples and there are certain temples, even in the south, where they have caves hidden inside, or caves inside. Yeah, of course. Of course. I went to Mount Abu with my guru once, and we went to a particular temple which was a cave. The temple was inside the cave. So we don't know a lot. So what happens is, when I put it across, it comes out as, oh my God, is this really true? It is. I mean, there are, but at the same time, I would not want to, sort of sound like forcing somebody to believe it or not. It's up to you. I say to the entities who wonder, go to the Himalayas, go to the banks of the Kailash Mansarovar, or the banks of the Manasarovar, see the Kailash. Like I say that the Kailash does not even look like a mountain. You got to go there and see it for yourself. It looks like a large crystal in a triangular shape. Now, so what is it? Nobody can climb it. So why? There are electromagnetic waves around. What does it do to you? So what happens is, when we don't know this in detail, we are tempted to obviously say that, is it true? If you've seen the movie Kantara, just as an example,
yes,
it is based on supernatural, isn't it? Absolutely. Is it true? Is it not true? It's completely on your belief. I believe it, of course. I come from that region as well. Of course. There are certain entities who are called bhoot, but they're not really bhoot. They're entities who protect the farmlands. Yeah. So what I mean is, it is up to us. The more we get spiritual, the more we practice meditation, I think the answer will come to that person, whether it's real or not real.
Yes, exactly. And when, as a reader, when I was reading the book, at one point of time, this also occurred to me that, is it true? Is it not? And then I said, what am I getting from this? What lessons am I learning from this? What realizations that I am getting from this book is more important than knowing about कि सच में है या नहीं है.
Exactly. For example, I had a reader who said to me, and I really was so happy. The reader was saying the same thing. Let's that part about the Agni Kriya, the Kida,
Kira, yeah.
the Lonchaku pickle, for example. These are aspects which may or may not be there, is up to the reader. But the facts are there, which are there even today, which are not miracles, they're facts. For example, the Aghoris meditate at the cremation ground, but not necessarily stay there all the time.
Yes,
they live in caves, they live in the forests. If you go to the Girnar forest, there are a lot of Aghoris there. I'm giving you as an example. Second, they have a guru. A lot of people think Aghori sadhus just wander around. No, they do, but they sit and they have instructions given to them by the guru that you got to go there and practice certain kriyas of meditation or certain techniques of meditation for say 9 days, 9 months, 9 years. So it's a guru shishya relationship they also have, which a lot of people don't know. The other part
rather I think we can't comprehend that. Maybe that's the point.
So if we don't comprehend, okay, so that's why the book has come out. So at least people will, in a simplistic manner, understand. See, my point is when you go and see the Aghori Sadhu or a Naga Baba, these people, they come across very scary and they come across that way because their appearance is that way. We don't need to be scared as long as we don't go too close to them and irritate them, right? You remember in the book, there is that particular instance where somebody throws a stone.
Yes.
And that happens. Now, it's not like actually somebody may throw a stone, but somebody may throw a comment. Somebody may create wrong, perceptions, which is not true. So in that also, I have mentioned in the book about the fact that they're not only people who they drink and they do that. They have kriyas that they practice, which is why they're supposed to be the closest devotees to Shiva. Because
exactly.
Tell me which entity amongst all of us can go in the night, say at around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, even midnight, to a cremation ground. Forget going inside and sitting and meditating. Just going at around midnight time. You know what's going to happen to us? We will, oh my God, impossible. But these people stay there and do their, they put the ashes on their body, they sit on the pyre and they meditate. So imagine the level of conviction in the kriyas that they do. And that's what I want to bring out the book, or through the book.
True. The play I was telling you in the very beginning was about this only, how a layman turned into a Ghori and the practices and everything that they were shown. And as a teenager, I was like, oh my God, this is something. And I felt like trusting it. I felt like, yes, I needed to just give myself a clear instruction that this is true. I don't know how, what, I don't know the whole whatabouts and whereabouts, but I know it is true, and this happens, this has happened in the past. Maybe some part of my soul knew it, saw it, that is why the connection was there. And this is, and I think a lot of people are now awakening. They are now trusting. I know there was a time where a lot of people were doubting a lot of things. These days, the awakening is happening. Now I meet a lot of people who says we believe it all. We don't know why and how, but we believe it all. So that's the change. People like you are also bringing. I think the collective consciousness is awakening, and that is also the things happening. And now there was a question also about the thing that you do, the anahata, which also interests me a lot. And somebody asked, throw some more light on what is anahata. Yeah.
So anahata is a name, a title given to the spiritual retreat that I have been inspired to conduct. It's a 3-day actual retreat held at a resort. Why resort? Because we are all not yet tuned to living in the jungle and all in the resort, but we have the 5 a.m. meditation, the 3 a.m. meditation, then we go to the oceans, we'll have the meditation in the ocean. We understand the significance of Om vibrations. A lot of time, I've seen, Shaina, in today's times, people have been overloaded with too much of knowledge. It's like, you go to a shop to buy one shirt and you end up getting confused kaunsa lena, because there's so much.
So much.
Similarly, in the world of spirituality now, what's happening is, unfortunately, there are different schools of meditation, and people are confused. And when
Hmm.
people read too much and they don't practice, so this anahata, actually anahata is a naad, it's a
Hmm.
vibration. So through
Hmm.
this, we very simplistically and yet powerfully, we do things like learning the 5 techniques of Om vibrations and how they affect our blood circulation,
Hmm.
how it affects our mind functioning, how it affects our professional success.
Hmm.
Beach Akshara meditation. So we do this and many other things, even art. We have participants do this as well. Okay. And the whole idea, Shaina, is clarity. That when I come out of that retreat, these are the 3, 4 things I want to do. Apart from my 10 hours of work, 8 hours of work,
Hmm.
I need to do this, which I've learned or I've through my interaction with Mayur, I've picked it up and I've practiced. And the feedback with the grace of the Guru has been really very positive because I'm also a student. I don't give
Hmm.
gyan. I don't give there is no lecture bazi there.
Exactly.
If you want
Exactly. Hmm.
lectures, YouTube is there. If you want lectures, there are people and go for it. It's amazing.
Hmm.
What I do is come, let's do a workshop, let's practice. And Shaina, in our retreats, whatever I share is what I've been practicing. I also do sessions
Exactly.
on how to be creative, not only in painting, even writing books. Because some people have
Hmm.
become very through the pandemic, they become also excited to write. So I
Write
give
books.
inputs on
Yes.
that.
Hmm.
It's a coming together of a lot of things. And the next one is now happening on June 23rd, 24th, 25th at
Hmm.
Bhima Shankar.
Hmm.
One of the Jyotirlings is there, the temple. So
Right.
we have this squirrel resort, and there are a lot of people in Delhi, Punjab, that
Hmm.
side. They're like, Mayur, it's a bit too far. So can you do
Hmm.
an online retreat? I'm yet not working on that because I just think the real time is much, much more effective.
Hmm.
And I'm only looking forward to another retreat after the June one
Hmm.
happening in somewhere in Darjeeling, somewhere in the north, somewhere in Rishikesh. So I'll keep all
Awesome.
of you updated. Yeah, because it's tough for people to come too far, from
Hmm.
Delhi and all
Hmm.
to Pune. But if I can come there, then why not? So Anahata is really a way by which you connect to the world of
To your wisdom.
spirituality through,
Hmm.
yeah, and yeah, like you said, tap into the wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Exactly. Awesome. So this is a very small request to all the people who are here. I know we've missed some questions. There's a small add-on to this Live at 5, which is when I'll post this session as a recording, I will, tag Mayur sir also. So all the people who are following him or me, they can be able to see it. When I'll post that, under the post, like that, and also share your major takeaways, and the person who will write the best takeaway will get a super special gift from Live at 5 team. I will probably see to it if I can send you or I can gift you the book. I won't, I will not want sir to give the copy for free, but we can gift it to you. So let's see what comes in. So do that, participate in that contest kind of a thing, so that you get something more. And I would love to ask sir as well to post the link of the book, because I know a lot of people who haven't uh, read the book, haven't got the
Yeah.
book, they are now looking forward to it. So I will also share
Understood.
that in my story. That is very very important. If you haven't followed sir, high time. मेरे को कहने की जरूरत नहीं है. I know you'll do it. And if you want more stuff like that to come to your feeds more, you can also choose to follow me as well. And now coming back to the live, the session of the day. Time is running, but my quest or and my thirst is not अभी पूरा नहीं हुआ है. अभी तो मेरे को लग रहा है ट्रेलर है. So anything that especially for the modern day youngsters, I would say, because एक ऐसा age होता है जो मेरे साथ भी हुआ. After you cross your 30s, you kind of start linking dots and connecting dots, and you get a lot of realizations. But when you are in your early young age, in your very youth, peak of the youth, you kind of um, आप इधर उधर घूमते हो बिना किसी एस्पिरेशन के, गोल के, फोकस के. एनीथिंग, people who somehow touched by spirituality, they know something is bigger, but still haven't had a lot of things, clarity in their mind, anything for them.
Okay. Have you heard of that English proverb that an apple a day keeps the doctor away?
Yes.
Okay. So I always maintain this for myself that if an apple a day keeps the doctor away, a stotram a day, a shloka a day keeps both the apple and the doctor away.
Oh, wow, that's profound.
So the first,
Well one.
yeah, why I'll tell you. And
Hmm.
it's not like I'm just saying it, right? I'm trying to explain also. Kyun karna hai aise?
Hmm.
Because just like an apple could typically nourish the body,
Hmm.
a shloka that is chanted with complete sincerity, with some
Hmm.
visualization, can also nourish the mind. It can get you
Awesome.
more spiritual. How much time does it take? Not much at all. You may get
True.
up early morning, you have your daily chores to do, then rush to office or maybe go to your home office work. But in that, if you can create a moment, for example, in the morning you wake up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, do your daily chores, you sit, your office will start, okay, but a little before that, you sit on a sofa or on the bed and just take a deep breath in, and maybe you learn a shloka like this and you chant it. Om Maunavyakhya Prakatita Parabrahmatatvam Yuvanam Varsisthante Vasatrishiganaihi Avratam Brahmanishthaihi Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudramānandamurtim Swatmaramam Muditavadanam Dakshinamurti Meede. Now you may say, Mayur, I don't know the meaning. Should I chant it? I would say don't get trapped into the chicken and egg. Learn it.
Hmm.
Learn to chant it because even the vibrations
Yes.
of the sound makes a difference. When you
Exactly.
listen to Zakir Hussain ji playing tabla,
Hmm.
you will not go and ask, what does that mean? If you
Hmm.
hear,
Hmm. Hmm.
you're not going to say, what does it mean? No, it acts on you, the vibrations. Having said that, once you learn this, then also find the meaning.
Hmm.
Because when you know the meaning, you can visualize better. For example, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum Nache Devam Devo Nakhalu Kushala Spanditumapi Ataswamaradhyam Harihara Virincha Divirapi Pranautum Stotum Va Kathamakrita Punya Prabhavati. Om. So imagine when you recite this,
Yeah.
that apple also goes away,
The
doctor
doctor
also goes away,
also
because
goes away.
just reciting this will make you feel internally extremely positive. That's one. Second, I would say get one book which
Hmm.
is about positivity, maybe
Hmm.
connected to spirituality. I would
Hmm.
suggest a book which is to do with the autobiography of a yogi or
Hmm.
something that you can learn by reading about other person's spiritual life. It'll
True.
influence you.
Hmm.
And the last part is learn something to do with meditation. Even chanting can be meditation, but just sitting. And for example, Soham meditation. We do
Hmm.
this in Anahata as well.
Hmm.
What is Soham? Is listening and feeling the sound of your inhalation and
Yes.
your exhalation.
Relation.
And then maybe slowly you retain. And that is enough. These three things are enough.
Hmm.
Chanting of a
Hmm.
shloka, reading of a chapter or a book, and meditating a little bit, if not much, maybe 5 minutes in a day, can
Hmm.
spiritualize your life without affecting it. So if you're a
Exactly.
21-year-old
Exactly.
dude,
Hmm.
on a Friday you want to party, do that. But on a Saturday morning after your shower, do this as well. And
Yes.
by the way,
Yes.
you can still eat the apple. It's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Oh, कि नहीं तो एप्पल बुरा मान जाएगा. Oh,
Exactly.
that was so
Yeah.
awesome. That was so deep. I tried to make it a little light because I really wanted it to reach to a lot of people.
Yeah.
We will keep it on Instagram. We will keep it on YouTube as well. That's a secret that I haven't revealed. So we will keep it as on YouTube as well. We will share the link to all of you because I know it's a weekday and the timing is something like that कि सबको सूट नहीं करता है. But I know it has to reach to a lot of people
Sure.
because without any judgment attached to it, I want the right people to understand it, to get this, to relate to this and find something from it. So people who are watching it or watch it in the recording, again a request to you, please give us your major takeaways from the session. If you have any questions that are not has been taken, you can also write that question under the post, because we'll be able to see that and we can answer that as well. And again, फिर से, हालांकि मुझे मयूर सर कोई कमीशन नहीं दे रहे हैं इसके लिए, but I want, as a reader, I want all of you to please go and buy this book right away. You will find some amazing stuff in this, and it is, of course, the best thing. It is not boring at all. It's not heavy. You will feel light after reading it, and you will get a lot from it. Any last words from you, sir?
Sure. A couple of words. One is, when you brought the book out, let me tell you, a lot of people have become excited to go to the Himalayas after the book, for sure.
I'm one of them.
Think it's because then I feel that the book has done its seva. If it motivates youngsters to go, and I say, go with your bike, go to, you go to your Leh and Ladakh and all. Also go to Kedarnath. Also go to if you can go to Kailash, or go to Himalayas. Go backpacking and connect with the mountains, connect with Mother Nature, because the God you'll feel the most is when it is in Mother Nature. And you'll feel it the most. I felt it unbelievably intensely when I was in the Himalayas. That's one. And I want to also say that see, when you hear about Aghori sadhus and Naga Babas and all, the first thing I would say is respect. Even if you don't know who they are, respect. Then study them, understand who they are. And the more you get knowledgeable, your respect for them will increase more. I'm coming up with Aghori too. I have not put a timeline because it's in the process. Because this is not, as you can see, the first one. It's not like I've technically written the book. It comes out and it happens. So I need all your best wishes that Aghori and Untold Story Part 2 will reach its logical end in terms of the book getting completed. And I'm also working on another book called Antariksh, which is a father's search for his astronaut daughter. Who is she's on a mission through NASA, and they presume it's, she's no more. Actually, she is on a planet called Antariksh. And how he's able to connect, and does he really reach there, and his adventures. Ironically, the name of the person in that book is Mayur, and the name of the daughter is Malvika. That's my daughter. And I'm just enjoying writing the book because it gets me more closer to my daughter. But on the whole, I can say, Shaina, it was lovely, really lovely interacting with you. I have to compliment you for the genuinely the kind of questions you put up, the excitement with which you asked the questions. And I also want to sincerely thank a lot of people who joined in. I'm sure there'll be much more and many more people who will join in later on to see the recorded version. But for taking your time to join in, to all the viewers, I would say thank you. And one small little shloka from my side to conclude. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And I want to start off that by playing this Tibetan sound, and then I say the shloka. Oh, lovely. So I want to just play this. जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्तिषु स्फुटतराया संवितुजृम्भते या ब्रह्मादि पिपीलिकान्तुतनुषु प्रोता जगत्साक्षिणी सैवाहं न चतुष्यवस्थित दृढ प्रज्ञापि यस्यास्ति चेत् चाण्डालोऽस्तु सतु द्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरित् येषा मनीषा मम ॐ नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर Mahadev.
Super. What a beautiful beginning and what a complete ending it was. I still don't feel like going, but we have to take care of the time. And thank you so much once again. Thank you for agreeing to be a guest. And I would wait for your next book. And I'm going to be in the first line of your readers, and always a lot of blessings, good wishes for all your ventures, sir. Keep on serving other. And I when I said I am inviting wisdom keepers, I'm still sticking to my words. For me, you are an amazing wisdom keeper. Keep on doing that, and that people should come to you, learn from you, and make some difference in this world. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everybody, and don't forget to follow us both and give us your giveaways, takeaways. Yeah, bye bye. Thank you, Shivoham. Har Har
Har Har
Mahadev.
Mahadev, Har Har Mahadev.